from Kisoro, was a runner for the 800 meters. Then there was somebody called Koskei. Koskei won a silver medal. I think it may have been in the Commonwealth. I don't know whether he's still alive. Koskei. I think he was a policeman also. 1968, 70 there. And on the Kenyan side, you get the people like Kipchoge Keino because of those highlands. So they have that potential, big potential, naturally given to them by the highlands where they live. I don't know why the people of Nepal don't feature so much in sports, because they live in the Everest mountain. I don't know why. I've not studied it. Then you come to the lowlands. That's where you find the short distance people, the sprinters, because the highland people are very good at 1 mile. 1 mile is what? 1,500. 1 mile. The mile is equivalent to what? 1,500 meters? The mile, because Kipchoge Keino 1 mile. Huh? Is what? 1,000?
1,600.
The mile. So, but what is its equivalent? Because you don't use mile now. 1,500. So the higher altitude communities, they are good at the 1,500, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, the marathon. The Ethiopians, you know, that's why they are very good at those. Bikira Abebe, Kiprotich. Bikira Abebe won the Olympics of Rome, 1960, and I think even Tokyo, 1964. Abebe Bikira, the Ethiopian. So, this is a natural endowment for our highland communities. Then for the lowlands, boxing, that's why Baganda, we are very, very, very active in boxing because they are short and stocky. Like in the 1950s, you would get people like Serwaji, the ones you are talking about, like Mugabe, people like Leo Rwabogo, all those. Boxing and sprints, 400 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters. This, our man who died recently, Agure Awori. Agure Awori was a very good sprinter in 100 meters and 200 meters. So you have got this natural endowment. The land is well endowed, the communities are well endowed. But what was the problem? The high jumpers, the Bateso with long legs, you know. You fellows, you have not come to so that I give you all the history of the sports. The other time I spoke about it. when you came with Awori. There was a Teso man, I think he was also a policeman, a Tolu died recently, and I was looking for him. I hope they send support. When I was in the school system, I saw him doing the high jump. I think it was in Perth, Australia, for the Commonwealth Games of 1954. A Tolu, high jump. So all these communities have different characteristics which are there. And really, Uganda can become a very big sports country, outcompete all these other people. So, where it is not a miracle is that all this potential is there and has always been there. But why had it not come out before? Because there was something missing, a number of things missing. Not just money, 18 billion, 20 billion. One of the things that was missing was peace. Chemtai, where do you come? You come from Bukwo? Bukwo. In the past, people of Bukwo could not show their talent. Why? Because they are right on the border with Kenya, and they were being raided by the Pokot from Kenya and the Karamojong from Karamoja. That's why the lowland, what we call Ngenge, people were displaced. They were not in their homes. They were in the displaced people's camp. So how would the children show their talent? So one of the factors when you see these people, it's not well planned, yes, it's not well planned. They are coming out by themselves, spontaneously, but it is because there is peace that they are able to come out. So don't talk of miracles. This is not a miracle, it is a product of something. Secondly, UPE. UPE, the elite have refused to implement it properly because I tell them, please stop all charges in schools, government schools. Don't bring any charges. Let the children study free. It is implemented, but not fully. But I think the partial, Chemtai, did you study from UPE? Huh? Come to the microphone, they hear you speaking. You run, you cannot.
Yes, sir. I studied in Cameroon Primary.
Primary up to what class?
Up to P7. I got secondary, senior 1. Yeah.
Up to senior 1?
Yes.
Then you dropped out of school?
Yes, I started running.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you see, the UPE, thank you very much. Kaitabon.
Kaitabon, Beni.
Now you see, she was able to study up to P7, then she dropped out in S1 because USE is not implemented. Those officials have refused to, I send them money, they still charge children. If they implemented it fully, these children, more and more of them would come out. Then, our low-cost techniques of how to do things without money Because remember, we are NRA. We fought without money. We fought a war and won without money. So what are the low-cost techniques? From very early on, I told our people, anybody who has got sports potential, recruit him in the police force or the army or the or the state structures, the armed forces. Recruit them. Let them be recruited so that they have got a base, they have got a small salary, they have got a base where they can train. That's not a miracle. That is a low-cost plan. How to maintain and encourage our sports people without spending too much money. They get the salary of the army or the police. How many are in the police here? Stand up. All of them. Even Kiporotich, isn't he? Yeah. And Kiprimo. Kiprimo is also police. Wildlife. That's not a miracle. That's a plan. But people who are not serious, they think that we are also not serious. They don't know that we are serious people. God blesses those who struggle. Does not bless people who are just seated and doing nothing. So therefore, all this is with very little money. Or money spent, because when we spend money on the army to bring peace, to disarm Karamoja, to stop the Pokot from disturbing our people. Yes, it is money in defense, but indirectly it helps all the other sectors, including sports. This is where I normally have problem with some of the foreigners. You are not spending so much money on health. I say, but if I spend money on the roads, those roads help health and help agriculture. So therefore, the performance, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Uganda will become a very big sports country if we fully implement some of the things we are talking about, plus now more direct expenditure on the sport. More focused now, because that's what they are talking about, focused on sports specifically. Now you say that Nigeria, such a big country, is behind Uganda in these sports. But you know what's happening in Nigeria? The country has been disturbed by Boko Haram, by what? So children are being kidnapped. When will they get time to engage in sport? So therefore, when you are talking about all these issues, always take a holistic view. You cannot have inorganic high performance. High performance must be organic. There is security, there is food, nutrition. Nutrition is very good. There is some education, if possible, some chance for competition, then you will get good performance. So therefore, if you want better performance by our sports people, don't only talk about this spending of money here, this 18 billion, 10 billion, 20, no. UPE, help me to implement UPE fully so that every child who wants to study studies, and then that's how you'll be able to see more. Help me to fully implement USE. Let no child drop out of school until maybe A level, so that then you'll be able to see them properly. You'll be the one who can do mathematics well, the one who can do sports well, the one who can play football. You'll be able to see them. Now they just disappear without you seeing them. Now, in my low-cost support for sport, I encouraged all the young people with potential to join the armed forces. So please, follow that one up. When you hear anybody, you see, tell the education officers, if they see, and the head teachers, if they see a child with potential for running, they inform the RDC, the Minister of Sports. You set up a network of how you can start spying, identifying those young people in the primary school and the secondary schools, and then help them once they finish A level to join the armed forces, so that they get a base. Because if I am in the armed forces, I have my small salary, I have a house where to stay, I can train, they will give me permission to train. I have got a base from where I can spring from. Then in my low-cost approach, some time ago, I gave an order, but apparently it was not fully implemented, that anybody who wins a gold at a continental level, Commonwealth, or marathon, these other things of Bahrain, what, I don't know. I just want 3 things: continental, African, Commonwealth, Olympics. I said once you get a gold medal, you should be paid 5 million shillings per month all the time. But now I was told that they were being paid quarterly. Quarterly, I didn't say quarterly. I speak English very well. I said monthly. Maybe I didn't put it in the local language. Buli mwezi. That's what I said. And now, I can see some of the people here are rich people, because they will have to be paid their back pay. What they should have been paid will be paid. Because I don't remember when I gave this order. I don't remember. It's some years ago, like 10 years or something. Huh? Somebody can tell me, remind me, which year was it? Come on the microphone and tell me if you know.
Your Excellency, it was 2013.
2013, that's now like 8 years ago. Yes.
Your Excellency, you first gave an order in 2011.
Okay.
For 1 million for all categories. Then in 2013, when we returned from Moscow, you then made a fresh order that a gold medal goes for 5 million, silver medal for 3 million, and a bronze medal for 1 million.
1 million. So, thank you. So this is my small way of how to support without the billions of Kenya, the billions. I'm still busy building the foundation. We lost a lot of time during the regimes of Amin and all that, but we can manage. A poor man can manage to look after his home and bring up children well. So I said 5 million for gold, Africa level, Commonwealth, and Olympics. Not these other Rome, Marine, I don't know. Those will confuse me. I just want the medal, African level, Commonwealth, and Olympics. Then silver, 3 million, bronze, 1 million. So, if it was partially carried out, your arrears will all be paid. Now, these ones who have won Olympic medals, in my happiness, because I'm a happy man now, you know, happy men can be generous. Once somebody I will give each one of them a vehicle. Now we shall negotiate about the vehicle. Do they want like the one of 7, this one here? Or? I will discuss with the Minister of Sports and you people. We shall discuss which are the best vehicles for these young people. They are here already?
Your Excellency, the vehicles are already here.
Oh, okay. Then finally, I have already built a house for somebody, I think Kiprotich.
Superintendent of Police Kiprotich of Uganda prisons.
And now I will build houses for the parents. For the parents of these gold medal people. So I therefore congratulate Cheptegei for winning the gold and the silver. Kaitabon. But among the coaches, I didn't you hear mentioning a man called Yoweri Museveni? Who coached Cheptegei, because he ran here for the cross country. I was there with Mama. He ran very, very, very fast and then collapsed. So I called him at Nakasero and I lectured him about conserving energy. Conserving energy. And when he did it, he actually performed well. I heard that he had performed well. Chemtai, and Chemtai is still very young, 22. Oh, she would get us more medals. I congratulate her. Kiprimo, I congratulate him. Congratulations for all the Olympians, the ones who competed in the heats. All of you competed in the heats. Congratulations. All competed in the heats. And then the ones who reached the finals, stand up and we see you. All who reached the finals. The ones, even if you didn't win gold, stand up and we see you.
Winning Nanyondo, please. 1,500.
You hear that Nanyondo is the 7th fastest running woman in which event?
1,500 meters.
In the mile. Number 7.
In the world, yeah.
In the world. Although she didn't win a medal, but you can see that. Where did you study, Nanyondo? Come here. Come here on the microphone.
Run.
I studied in Mityana. I'm coming from Mityana district.
Mityana, my battle area?
Yes.
Jenarwanira?
Yes.
Wawona? Burera?
Buluma.
Buluma Chirudawa?
Butayunja.
That's where. Manyi where?
Manyi side.
On the way to Gomba?
Yes.
Where did you study?
It was Buluma Primary School, then Pride Secondary School, till Senior 6, then Kampala University.
You have finished your university?
Yes.
What are you doing now?
Yes, only running.
No, you come and join the police.
No, I'm under Uganda Wildlife Authority.
You are in Wildlife Authority? Oh, very good. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
For being number 7. Very good.
Thank you very much.
How old are you now?
I'm 27.
27. Yeah. How many years do you still have for running?
I think now I'm doing 800 and 1,500. Maybe with few years, I'm going to shift to 1,500 and 5,000. Maybe in the future, marathon also.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yes. Thank you very much.
So I congratulate the officials, the Minister Oboa and his team, and Rukade and the team. Thank you very much. I congratulate the coaches. Coaches, thank you so much. Stand up and they recognize. Thank you. Thank you for coaching these young people. I thank the people of Japan. Arigato. Okini. Okini. These children here don't know that Okini. They were only in Tokyo. But in the other, in Osaka, they say Okini. Finally, I congratulate the Minister of Education and Sports. And Mama for bringing grandmotherly management style. Because in the past, they used to have a lot of conflicts in that ministry. You would hear this one fighting this one, the other one fighting the other one. But now I hear it's quiet now. And I think this is because of the grandmotherly approach. Where you call everybody, nobody is left out. You don't have conflicts. When you use meetings, the NRM in the bush always emphasized management by committees. We never supported one man decision making. That's what makes mistakes and conflicts and blames and what. Because if you have a meeting, all of you, and I'm sure, because Mama is always going for those meetings, this one here, this one top, top management, the other one, I always see her going for those meetings. That's a very good method of management, because everybody is there, everybody brings his what he thinks. Even if you make a mistake, all of you make the mistake together, and you learn from it, and next time you make a better decision. So part of the problems in some of these workplaces is the problem of one-man decision-making. That is full of mistakes. So I congratulate the ministry, because we have been winning a lot of performing much better in sports. Even football, even the cranes have performed well. And now these athletics and the girls, the she cranes won something. The sports, the name of Uganda is coming up. The Honorable Oboa is right. Some of these media are anti-Uganda for some reason. I was watching this group called Al Jazeera. They are not talking about Uganda, talking about this, talking about that. But the Banyankole say, Kahendeche, Teita Mbogo. If you say buffalo passing and you curse it, you say, I wish you break your leg. Your curse will not break the leg of a buffalo. The buffalo will continue. So, Al Jazeera or no Al Jazeera, Uganda is moving forward. And you remember the other group which I shut up, Facebook. Shut up completely. Kwenda. And when I checked whether the bananas are still producing bananas. They said yes, they are producing bananas. I thought bananas would stop if Facebook is closed. The bananas would stop yielding bananas. Then I checked the cows. Are the cows still milking? The cows were still milking. I said, how about the fish in the lake? They said the fish is now there also. So Facebook can exist without Facebook. So those biased actors should not distract us. Although, of course, we should engage them, find out why they are doing what they are doing. Sports publicizes the country. I'm very happy that you twinned sports with tourism, because this is a very easy way of advertising the country. Oh, where is Uganda? When you win, everybody. The president of Turkey, the man who is now president of Turkey, Erdogan, told me when I visited him with Mama here. He said he was a young man when Akibua won the medal in Munich. And they were surprised. Uganda, where is Uganda? They didn't even have the national anthem. They spent some time looking for the national anthem. I was told by Erdogan, because I was not watching at that time I was busy doing something else. I was not watching the TV, but Erdogan was watching, and he's the one who told us how Uganda was publicized by Akibua in Munich. So this is really a good way, an easy way of publicizing our country. Sports also brings discipline to the young people, discipline and fitness. If many children get interested in sports and exercises, they will be more disciplined. They will not have time to go for drugs and these other things, because if you are on drugs, you are not going to be, you are not going to manage athletics. Athletics needs and sports. It needs fitness. So discipline and fitness. So therefore, sports is not only good for entertainment, it is even a health factor. People to live a healthy life by being used to engaging in sports. But there is God in all this, what we do. God is behind. He blesses those who, in the book of Genesis, he created man in his own image, and he said, you establish dominion over nature. That's why I always insist that you must do your part, then God will bless you also. So we thank God for blessing Uganda. You can hear that although we are not spending too much directly on sports, Uganda now ends up being number 37 in the whole world, and number 2 in Africa. We praise the Lord for this. And this is just the beginning. I want to thank the parents in Kapshorwa, in Sebei. Takwenya Subai, Kaita Bon. Asante sana. Watu wa Buko wanasema Kiswahili. Asante sana kulea watoto. Muendelee kuwalea na mkitekeleza, au viongozi wenu wakitekeleza mpango wangu wa watoto wasome bure kwa shule. Nana naongoza grupu ya Sebei. Nana naongoza hapa? The Chamonges. Come here. Microphone. Kwa nini watu hawatekeleze mpango wa watoto wasome bure? What is the problem? Kwa nini mnaharibu?
Your Excellency, I don't understand Swahili, but yes, I understand a bit of it. It is very true that we in Sabei have failed to embrace UBE and USE, and that is why we happen to be the last in this country. But Your Excellency, we promise, with your guidance and with the guidance of all the policies.
You see, the UPE, USE is actually linked with the sports you are talking about.
Yes, Your Excellency.
When the children stay in the school system longer, then they will come up.
Yes, Your Excellency. We are going to do everything possible to make sure we change. Because I think we have a problem with the mindset change. You see, we are still we are not thinking very well in terms of changing the mindset of our people to understand that we can do even without using a lot of money. Just the way you have said about sports, joining sports to the forces. So what we are doing now, for example, recently when we got results of UBE, BLE and USE. Personally, myself, I've come up with an initiative with other leaders from Sabei, and we are busy discussing what we should do to change the performance from the region. For example, in my constituency, I have formed up a very serious committee of very serious academic people from my constituency, and they are now busy getting information from all the villages of Kwen. Talk to them and understand the process, why we are not here.
How many children dropped out of school and why? That should be one of the points you should do, and I will check with you.
We are doing that, actually. Actually, my report is about to come out now.
Very good.
And it will really help us.
Wacha tusikilize yule mama, msichana yule. Kwa nini mnapinga mpango yangu?
Asante Mheshimiwa Rais. Ni ukweli hatujapinga, lakini ni ile vile mwenzangu amesema, watu wetu wanataka waongeleshwe.
Kwa karibu kwa
watu wetu wanataka waongeleshwe, waambiwe uzuri ya masomo. Na mkubwa Rais, nataka nikwambie kwamba watoto wetu wako wanaibiwa. Kuna wajirani wetu wako wanaangalia watoto ambao wanakimbia vizuri, wanaibwa. Na ndio nataka tufanye wanawachukua mahali pengine wakimbie.
Wanawavusha ngambo.
Wanawapeleka ngambo. Na mimi ni mbunge kutoka Buko, na unajua tunatoka kwa boda. Na tukiwaambiwa kwamba afadhali tukimbilie Uganda ama nchi yetu, wanasema kwamba
lakini kama watoto wangekuwa kwenye shule wanasomea bure, hii kuiba ingepunguka.
Ni ukweli Rais, lakini naona sisi kama viongozi vile mwenzangu amesema, tumeweka orodha ya kwamba ile itatusaidia tulete hii watoto. Kwanza nataka tuanze na watoto ya miaka 10. Mimi mwenyewe niko na wasichana 5 ambaye nawasaidia. Mimi mwezi wa 9 wako wanaenda Sabia kukimbilia Uganda. Lakini kwa nini nilifanya hivi? Niliona watoto ya kwamba wanakimbia lakini wameacha wanasema hakuna faida yote ambayo wanaipata. Na nataka nipongeze watu wa polisi na Uganda Wildlife Authority na prisons. Wamejaribu kutusaidia. Lakini saa zingine wanasema kwamba wanataka watoto wawe na karatasi. Watoto wetu watafika form 4. Mtoto amebaki P7 ama S1. Ni wapi ndio atapeleka kazi? Ndio nataka labda utupe affirmative action. Lakini nataka hata mama asikie. Wasichana wetu wako wanaibiwa. Unajua vijana wanapenda wasichana, yes, sio mbaya, lakini in the process wanaharibu wasichana. Tuko na watoto wako na miaka 15, 16. Tuko na msichana mmoja anakimbia vizuri sana, lakini ameshaoleka. Sababu tunataka labda tufanye kambi, mama akikubali nitakaa naye nipe work plan.
Ya kutekeleza watoto wasomee bure.
Asante Rais.
Huyu wanamchukua wakati ametoka shule au achiwa kwa shule?
Kuna mmoja amekuwa standard 7 na
alikuwa amemaliza darasa la 7.
Darasa la 7 hiyo wakati wa COVID.
Alikuwa hakuendelea.
Alitaka naendelea, lakini huko akapewa free scholarship, akapelekwa shule nzuri sana, akaambiwa atapewa chochote. So akakubali kwenda upande ule. So mimi pia niko naomba ya kwamba labda tuwe na special scholarship ya watoto wetu ambao wanakimbia. Hili
no, you give tekeleza kisomo cha bure cha kwa wote, then utakuja kuona wenye talanta, wenye zawadi ya talanta.
Hiyo ni nzuri Rais. Lakini mimi pia huwa nimefikiria watolewe pia huko. Unajua ukiwa village hero unadhaniwa huko unafanya vizuri sana, lakini itakuwa ni kitu kizuri tukiwatoa labda Buko ama kwenda Makafchori waleta Kampala.
Nitakuita tuongee.
Asante Rais. Thank you so much.
Asante.
Your Excellency, we from Sabey were a bit left out in our today's program, but I request you give me like 2 minutes to add on something that we shared which is on behalf of the people of Sabey region.
Okay.
First of all, I want to thank you so much that what we had also put down, you've solved before I could tell you. In our meeting with the representatives from Sabey and other leaders, together with the athletes, we had come up with a small memorandum that we wanted to present to you. But among the items we had listed, I want to thank you that you were able to solve the the request from the parents, which was actually houses, giving them homes. I also want to thank you for fulfilling your pledges by promising to finally pay the 5 million, 3 million, and 1 million for all the time, because that was part of the what we had discussed. And finally, I also want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to share with you about the poor performance of education in our region. Your Excellency, we have also a few causes that we think is still bringing sports down. Looking at the whole world, we can see the whole world is now changing. They are changing into investing in sports, and looking at the Bay region itself and Uganda at large, I see there is a lot of potential from the Bay region that needs to be tapped. Your Excellency, these ones we have here is just a bit of them. I pray we take sports to the lower level. For example, if we can start supporting sports from maybe childhood, we shall be able to develop this country or even fight unemployment from within the youth. Your Excellency, I request, which you are not captured, that for us to produce more medals in the next 4 years to come. We had sat and agreed with the leaders and everybody who is home that we request you to at least add on another training camp in Kwen, then another one in Bukwa, so that the young ones can start training at an early stage. And then another one that we had also thought of is the Bay region today is being feasted by very many people from around the world. And we see, considering the statement from our Minister of Sports, where he talked about linking up sports and tourism, I see the area that can create a lot of income from tourism is the Bay region, Your Excellency. And these areas are not passable. We want to thank you, first of all, that we have the main road, but the roads that these people use to train, they train on the upper side. So when you go to those roads, they are just very slippery. Even these tourists want to come and see the Jeptegei's home, they want to see the Giblimo's home, the Perus' home. But Your Excellency, where Perus comes from, nobody can reach. You have to just foot. Even a motorcycle cannot reach. There are no roads.
Footing is good for sports. That's what.
Yes, but the tourists, Your Excellency. Then another problem that we have, of course, when they are training, they want a lot of water. I can tell you 100% that the upper side of the Bay region, where these people train from, there is completely no water.
You put it in a memorandum.
Yes.
And give it to Minister.
Then lastly, Your Excellency, Minister. We had come up with another alternative. Your Excellency, a minute.
Hold on.
We were thinking that if the Bay region can be made a sports city, so that can attract all the investors.
Please, stop those ad hoc.
Okay, let me leave this one, Your Excellency. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. You write what you think so that you can think about it. It is here, Your Excellency. Yeah.
And give it to the Minister, Cheptoris.
Not for water. This is I will give it to him. Thank you, Your Excellency. Yes, I better off dealing with the Prime Minister.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so I thank everybody, and I thank God for this success. This is just the beginning. More will come. Thank you. Is that right?
Your Excellency, you have...
Let me come back.
Okay, sir.
with the function. Uganda is welcoming the Olympic champions. John Ban Sentamu, you've heard all the speeches from the president, the first lady, and all the other speakers. What do you pick from today's function?
One, I think direct expenditure on sport is very important for us as a country. Then for the individuals that are putting the miles I told you before, the thousands of miles to get us to this stage on the global spectre where we are seen as Uganda, I think paying of their areas, of that gold medal, of that silver medal, of that bronze is very good news. That house for the parents is the most important for them, because the parents invest loads of time and money in their kids to come to the national stage and give us those medals. So I think those were the little things. And of course, I liked the president's knowledge about sport. He tells you things that happened in the 50s. Yes. That's what I told you about Blair and Ugandans, that the president is left down by technocrats.
True.
Who've got to wake up and follow up on what he does. He has got a lot to think about.
He said, Jodban Sentamu, the president said, this is not a miracle.
Yeah, it's not a miracle. And
it was a big point.
He talks of the low-cost techniques, investing in primary schools, investing in secondary education, and bursaries for university guys that are excellent in sports. He talks of employing sports-leaning guys into the armed forces. Those are things the president emphasizes. And I'll insist, he's let down by the technocrats who don't carry these things forward.
And because the primary factor being peace. Can you train in Somalia?
No, you can't. I grew up in the other regimes, and I've seen a regime that doesn't allow even kids to go and train.